COVID was the first time I had ever gotten into self-improvement. And at first it went great. I was hitting the gym for the first time, really improving myself and transitioning from a period in high school where, it wasn't serious. A lot of you could relate. It's just a lot of fun and just messing around in high school. But COVID was really when I had the time to myself to reflect, okay, I want a better life. I want better health, better relationships, better finances. And those things are important. But where I fell short and where I see a lot of young men today fall short is putting the self first rather than putting God first. And so this is why I believe self-improvement is useless. In John 3:30, it says that I must decrease so he can increase. Why focus on improving the self when Christian young men of God, need to be dying to themselves, to die so Christ can live? And so what's really helped me the most is, well, first of all, ask yourself this question. Would you rather improve yourself, which is important to some extent? I'm a huge believer in Christ-driven self-improvement. So if you're into this, welcome to the channel. Instead of putting yourself first, wouldn't you rather live according to your God-given gifts and his will and his purpose over your life? And I think that once you start to do that, it's a lot more fulfillment. It's a lot more alignment. And that's the key word here, alignment. I believe that your God-given gifts, talents, and abilities will point you towards all these routines, all these habits, all these goals, all these ways that you can improve, not for the self, but for God. So ask yourself 3 questions. What are your passions? What are you good at? What are your skills? And most importantly, what is your calling? I believe that getting in alignment is a process of using your skills, using your passions to serve God. Because I don't know about you guys, but my dream, my ultimate goal is to hear in heaven, "Thank you, my faithful servant." Just like the parable of the talents says, we're not supposed to bury our talents. We're supposed to use them. So however way that is for you, get clear on that and turn away from the worldly self-improvement that is all about, when I was in it, I did get the girls. I did get the money. I did get the gains. I still got the gains. But those things are meaningless without a deeper purpose, without aligning it to God's kingdom. My favorite verse ever, and the only thing, every single time I've kept this verse in mind, I've succeeded. God has exalted me because I've exalted him. Matthew 6:33. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. So how can you use your skills, gifts, abilities, and talents to serve his kingdom, to build his kingdom? I feel like my calling, and a lot of you may relate, is definitely building the kingdom, of winning souls, turning more people to the way, the truth, the life of Jesus Christ. And as young Christian men, we're supposed to be that salt and light of the world. So how are we going to use our skills and our talents to do that, right? Breaking that down into daily habits, into routines, into goals that you could stick with, rather than just, getting jacked, making money, getting girls when you should be looking for your wife. And that's what's really served me, prioritizing Christ-driven self-improvement rather than just self-improvement alone, because I just feel like it's way too self-centered. It's not focused on God. And you must, like I was saying, seek him first. All these things will be added. Number 1, I covered building his kingdom. And number 2, seeking his righteousness. Most importantly, deepening your relationship with him, spending time in prayer, in his word, and allowing him to strengthen you. The only thing that will truly transform your spirit is time spent with the Spirit, spent with God. So make sure to be prioritizing. That's the most important part of Christ-driven self-improvement. And what that is a core concept for young men like us who want to get closer to God, find their identity and purpose in Christ. And if you fit that description, I actually have a community that's free, a free guide as well that I'm going to be putting together for you guys to really discover your identity and purpose in Christ, so you can transition from, worldly self-improvement of what Hamza is teaching you to do, to living in your God-given alignment and purpose. So if that's for you, join below. Community will always be free, and I'm hoping to see you inside. Hopefully you enjoyed this and it gave you clarity and direction that you needed. And God bless you. See you in the next one.